Well,
Yeah.
stoked to be here with y'all this evening. It is Community Tuesday. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m., we have this call shortly after the Quiz House trivia game hosted by the lovely metal cube known as Tungsten. And we had a great game today. Cheers to Gooden for winning and happy birthday. The Sweet 16. It was just so apropos for him to take home the trophy today. But we're going to be doing that every week. But now is the time to talk about where we are, where we've been, where we're going. Appreciate your consideration for last week. We were offsite um, in IRL meeting and working on some cool plans for 2023, but we are stoked to be back. Um, would love to kick things off and talk about some opportunities to play golf and to dive into ways to play golf and interact with links while you're doing it. Ryan, why don't you tell us a little bit about what we're working on that front?
Man, we got a lot going on. First, you may have noticed, and I think we announced this a couple weeks ago. We have launched events and groups in the clubhouse. This is call it an MVP, first pass on a few areas where we've got a decent density of members. I'll give it to Mr. Senior to kind of walk through the details of what our asks are there, and then I can circle back and discuss some other cool golfing and competitive opportunities coming up too.
Let's do it. Thanks, Ryan. So, as you might have noticed, we visited the clubhouse recently. We did launch a new page. You'll see it up at the top of the clubhouse called Events. And this is, our kind of productization of something that's been happening in the community for a while, link ups. And so, what launched recently is the ability to both join a group. We've launched with um, 7 sort of pilot groups that we're starting with, places like Nashville, Philadelphia, Austin, Pittsburgh, Chicago, New York City, and I think I'm missing one, the San Francisco Bay Area. So if you live in one of those areas or know another member who does, first step for you would be to go to the clubhouse, authenticate in, create your profile, and then join a group. Joining a group means that you'll see any upcoming events that will be put on by that group, any link ups that are occurring. We have a lot of plans very shortly to add events to each of those groups, things like 5-iron leagues and top golf events and actual grass golf. And so lots of really exciting things happening over the next couple of months there. But first step would be jump in and join, because that helps us get a sense sort of who's interested and making sure that we're like really providing the right amount of events for the people in those groups. So you can jump in and join those. Additionally, each group has been tied to a Telegram group chat. We chose Telegram really as both an experiment and sort of from learnings with LinkUp. San Francisco, led by Greg Egan, has been a really cool watch. I think there's 60 people in that Telegram group. It's super active, and we opted to go with something new for this for now. We might change in the future. Maybe Discord's right. Maybe building our own actual sort of collaboration or communication capabilities in Clubhouse is right. But for now, we opted for Telegram because number one, it's mobile. Number two, it's more of a group chat. We wanted to see what that looked like, sort of instead of the channels and having to go through all the channels, you just hop in, you can interact with other link up members. And then also, notifications are sort of easier to sort of mute just for that channel rather than if you're turning off notifications for an entire server or something else, or you're getting blown up from other servers. This allowed you to have a little bit more control over what you see and don't see. So again, it's an experiment. We're looking for feedback. We're actively pursuing, like, thinking about what it would look like to build native chat within Clubhouse. And we're also obviously looking at the regional chats. But if you want to participate in a link up, go to Clubhouse, go to events, join one, and you can join the Telegram there directly from the page. Excited to see y'all there. If you have any questions, just read out in chat. We're happy to answer. Additionally, we're also starting to think a lot about sort of interest for other groups. And so if you're interested in either running a group, reach out. We're gonna fly with this pilot sort of set first. So if you reach out and you're like, I really want to get started in an area, Ryan will definitely talk to you, but we're probably not going to turn that on until we've seen and learned from this first batch, so that we don't open up a bunch of groups and then we just kind of massively multiply a bad experience. We want to learn as much as possible from the first ones, and then we can grow really quickly into those. But we'd love to hear from you, because we're actively thinking through people who want to lead these groups. Sort of think of yourself as like a captain or an ambassador for one of these chapters, and we have some ways to interact with you there. So if you're interested in that, reach out. And then we're also going to be releasing a survey that gets a better sense of kind of which areas people are, because, and again, it's not because we want to know where you live, it's because we just want to know, like, if we have a huge concentration of members in a very specific metropolitan area, then we would likely want to then find a person for that group who can lead it and then launch it in the next batch. So again, more to come on those. We'll release that. Be on the lookout for Discord. Ryan can speak to that a little bit more probably. But in the short term, dive in. If you live in one of those areas, join the group, join the Telegram, say hello. We'll have events coming soon, and then we'll grow from there. So reach out in the chats if you have questions.
Thanks, Mr. Senior. Yeah, I would just maybe add a little bit of color that to say, in some ways this is brand new, right? We've not had events and we've not had groups in a Telegram chat formally in Clubhouse before. But in other ways, this is the same as what we've had before, right? We've always had the regional channels in the Discord. And the ask here is like, yes, there is new stuff to participate in. And if you happen to be in one of those areas or frequently travel to one of those areas, we certainly want to encourage you to join, as Mr. Senior said. But if you aren't in one of those areas that are turned on yet, we also want you to still be active in the existing Discord channels, because we'll be monitoring those to Mr. Senior's point as to where do we turn next when we get ready to say, okay, we're through this pile, we're through this MVP. Now how do we grow and scale from there? So basically we're asking you guys to get amped, because it's winter right now, spring's around the corner. We're going to find more ways to play golf together in real life. So that's that piece. Coop, do you want to
Yeah,
just to up for the next past that? Yep.
Just to follow up on that as well, if you're, you're in the Florida channel or you're in the UK channel or wherever you may be, and you have, you're trying to put together a golf outing and you want me to tag that group, each regional channel is associated with a role in Discord. So if you're looking to put something together, you can reach out to Ryan. We can get you set up a link ups, or if you just want to tag to find some golf buddies, let me know and we can tag that regional channel. To make sure people get heads up while we're still rolling out the Telegram groups and testing this on the back end. Additionally, right, we've got some really exciting news coming. We are developing Links Leagues. So this is going to be an opportunity for you to play golf and measure up against other LinksDAO members. So if you're out there playing golf, you can record your scores, upload them, and we're going to do a league and with prizes at the end of the season. And the really cool thing about this is it is not limited to IRL green grass golf. So we have made this available. We're going to make this available regardless of the way you play. I know it's still really cold in some areas. So you can either play real golf on a real golf course, 18 holes, upload your score. You can play golf on a simulator, 18 holes, and upload your score. Or you can play golf on PGA 2K23 and upload your score. So there's going to be 3 flights of the Links League. And we want to, reiterate, this is open to all skill levels. The way that we're developing this is it's a little bit of a unique scoring system. So you're only playing against yourself, not necessarily against, we feel like it's pretty equalized across skill levels. So again, if you're interested in participating in this, we're going to be testing this and rolling this out very soon, regardless of the way you play, whether it's IRL, simulator, or video game golf. And we're really excited to, get some competition going, get some juices flowing as we, warm up into the golf season here. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, thanks for that, Coop. Just want to give a thanks to the folks who have been putting in a bunch of hours figuring out how to make this a thing. And much like the rollout of events and groups, we're going to start with a kind of a test pilot. We'll run some trial leagues for all 3 of those versions: green grass golf or maybe brown grass golf this time of year. I know it's certainly brown and dormant here where I am. So that version plus, as Coop mentioned, a simulator version of a league and the PGA 2K23 version of the league, and we're going to learn a lot through running each of those, and we'll probably make some tweaks and modifications, and then the idea is when springtime rolls around, we'll be ready to blow it up and take it to the masses and try to get hundreds or thousands of Links members all competing together asynchronously. So really looking forward to it.
Gonna be a great time. Can't wait to golf with you, all of you. Next up on the agenda, I want to announce Proposal 16. It is the new year, and we have a DAO vote coming up. So Proposal 16, if you've been here since springtime last year, you'll remember Proposal 7, which passed with flying colors, which was a proposal to allocate funds from the DAO treasury to compensate our awesome, fantastic, super community team contributors. So this is the budget allocated from the DAO to pay folks who do the work of making this organization run. They've put together incredibly awesome events like South by Southwest and NFT NYC, put together the GGA, a lot of the partnerships that you've seen, and pretty much everything that makes this organization tick so far has been done, at least in part, by some of our community team contributors. A really exciting part of this is expanding out the systems for onboarding new contributors. So folks who want to get involved and participate or contribute. I've had some really great conversations with a few of you, even just in this past week, about getting involved and kind of bringing your skills in. One of the really epic parts of what we're going to be doing this year is buying a golf course. And what goes along with that is kind of the core purpose of this DAO is the community deciding how that golf course is run, what cool technology we want to integrate, what the clubhouse and amenities look like. So we're going to be putting together committees according to all of those different features. We're going to be inviting folks out to play the course and look at the clubhouse and all of the various factors that we want to put in to make this course experience for our first course really, really special. So all of that kind of flows through, or at least foundationally is based on this community contribution budget. So that's going to be Proposal 16. We're going to need your help to get out the vote. That's going to be launching this week. So keep your eyes and ears open and help spread the word as we get this out to Snapshot and do a vote. It's going to be a fun, big one. But as I mentioned, stay tuned for that. We have additionally, if you've been paying attention in chat, some great updates on that course acquisition process. I know Zebruce is tied up. There he is. All right. Can you give us some updates as an insider who's been on some of these calls? Any of the latest with the course acquisition process?
Yeah, for sure. It's been actually a lot of progress over the past week. So with kind of the top, I would say the top course in our pipeline currently is one that's been mentioned on previous calls in the Southeast. Had what I would say was a great call with the owners last week, Bez mentioned in the chats. More or less, I would say, kind of agreed upon a structure, if you will, for the investment or the acquisition, which is great. I mean, still plenty more to do, right? Plenty of steps of both, negotiation and diligence, but, I think a pretty major milestone that happened in the past week. We actually have another call scheduled for Thursday, visit scheduled with Kemper, and actually a meeting getting scheduled at the PGA show as well. So it's kind of full steam ahead on that, which is awesome. I know everyone on the team and everyone in the community is excited about. So yeah, overall a lot of progress there. And then, shouldn't go without mentioning that, that's kind of the top prospect in the pipeline, but we still got a few other courses we're evaluating, getting in touch with the owners or having conversations with the owners, and always, evaluating new stuff that's either coming across our desk or coming on the market. I know you've mentioned this before, Coop, but we're always open to hearing about new leads. You can fill out the form in the chats to give us new prospects for courses, and then we're kind of always evaluating new stuff. So overall, a lot going on. Been an exciting week last week, and more to come over the next month or so.
Love to hear it. Thanks for that update, and thanks for all your hard work doing the due diligence that is required to make sure we're looking at something reasonable and ideal for this organization. Really appreciate all that work you and Bez do on that front. But yes, the course suggestion form, course recommendation form is available in the Wagback section, top channel, if you or somebody might have a line on a course. But yeah, really exciting stuff there, and stoked to build a killer experience with all of you for that. Last but not least, I would love to kick it over to Jordan to talk a little bit about some of our marketing initiatives and ways you can get involved.
Thanks, Cooper. So we are looking at featuring more community content on our social media. Obviously, we've got a great community, and you guys are always capturing content on your phones, videos, photos. We'd love to use that content on our social media just to get it in front of thousands of eyeballs. So we're going to start highlighting content, and we're going to use the Weekend Picks channel in Discord, which to this point was, just in Discord, it was to share what we're doing, where we've been on the weekend, anything golf related. So we'd love to start taking that content and posting it on social. So when you post in there, asking you to just, post more and more frequently in there. If you haven't posted in there yet, to jump in and post from your golf outings over the weekend. We will credit you in the photo on social media when we post. And if you include your Instagram username in the post, we will tag you as well. So we are looking to use more content from you guys. So it's under the community section in the Weekend Picks channel in Discord. And that's it for me.
We love the Weekend Picks channel. So much great stuff in there. Keep throwing those photos up, and make sure you're tagging us on socials when you're out golfing, hitting balls wherever you may be. Screenshots of or videos of PGA 2K footage also accepted. We love seeing that. And yeah, on that note, stay tuned for updates on the next gaming opportunities. Feel free to chime into that channel. And like we said, we're going to be launching leagues to do some competition in there as well. I would like to kick it over to Nick now to chat about what's going on in Florida.
What's up, everybody? Next week is the annual PGA show, and myself, Ryan, and Jim will be heading down to meet with existing partners and also hopefully some new potential partners. So if you guys have anyone who will be at the show who you think would be interesting for us to meet with, we'd love to know and appreciate any introductions. So my DMs are open if you add me as a friend. I imagine Ryan's are as well. So either one of us, we're happy to give you our emails too, if that's preferred from a communications perspective. But mostly the bulk of the show will run next Tuesday through Thursday. And would love to chat. If you guys have anything that's out there that is, interesting from people we haven't partnered with, you think might be there, please feel free to use the partnerships channel as well and throw out some suggestions. It's really easy to stop by the booths and meet folks there. So
Sweet. I'm jealous you guys are going to be down there. Also just an open call. If you have any favorite golf brands, any favorite golf influencers, anybody you'd like to see Links collaborate with, definitely tag Ryan, Jordan, Nick, in the chats, or let's have a conversation about it, because we're always trying to bring more value, and we want to know who your favorite entities are in this golf space, so we can get on that. And of course, through this new contributor system, if you want to get involved in any of those processes, that pathway is open. So love now to open it up for questions. I saw Parpal had his hand raised earlier. We were running through that, but if anyone else has any questions, thoughts, want to come up on stage and just say hi, feel free to hit that request button, raise your hand down at the bottom, and we can chat about it. What's up, Parpal?
Hi. It's a great update to see that there's going to be some IRL leaks in various regions. So at this point, is this open only for golfers who are like Genesis holders, or is it for everyone in the community?
I think for the beginning of the rollout, it's going to be limited to Genesis holders. We may, expand or offer a flight for Champions holders as well down the road. We're still, testing out all of our assumptions here, like we're doing with Telegram and everything else. We're experimenting, but I think a Champions League might be a cool idea. What do you think, Ryan?
100%. Yeah, couldn't really add anything to that other than we just want to make sure we nail down how we do scoring and make sure that it is truly competitive, fair, equitable. And then I think the world's our oyster in terms of how we go and expand it from there.
Okay, so in terms of that equitable scoring, I do have a little portal that I developed with some cool ideas on making it equitable for all skill levels. Who should I get in touch with to collaborate?
Yeah, Parpel, I think we chatted once. Would love to catch up again as we test
Yeah.
things out. And yeah, I mean, I think we'll be publishing, the intent here is to publish pretty much in real time and post leaderboards of how things are going and show our work, right? I mean, I think the foundation of any fair and equitable competition is people trusting that the system is really fair. And so, in the spirit of transparency, I think the intent here will be to be very public about how we're doing scoring and all of that. So yeah, let's collaborate on that and see what other good ideas we can drum up.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's all I had.
Appreciate you coming up. Yeah, that's a great idea for the Champions League. And looking forward to feedback and working with everybody who competes in these leagues.
Great.
Cool. Well, appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Community Tuesday is we'll wrap it up here. And if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, tag us in the chat, shoot a DM, and would love to talk it out. But we will see you next Tuesday.